Cotney Attorneys and Consultants is dedicated to helping the construction industry with legal, business, and safety challenges. Welcome to this week's episode of Law Mortar with John Kenny and Trent Cotney.
Hey, this is Trent Cotney, CEO of Cotney Attorneys and Consultants. I want to welcome everybody to another episode of Law Mortar. As always, I've got my partner in crime, John Kenny here. John, how are you doing?
Doing great. It's good to be here today, closing out a week and looking forward to a couple of days of some relaxation.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've got a busy schedule coming up. You and I are both heading out to Best of Success in Dallas. I think we're leaving on Sunday.
Yep.
I know we're going to have a booth there, and I'm scheduled to speak on some advanced techniques for negotiating contracts. So I'm going to give a lot of the people out there tricks of the trade, some of the tactics that I use to help get what you want. So what are you excited about doing out there, John?
Well, Best of Success, I think it's going to be a couple things I love about it. One is it's going to be a lot of industry people there are always looking to make themselves better based upon, it's like a large peer group type setting, which I really enjoy. You see people you don't really see all the time. A lot of times what I mean by that, it's not just owners, it's not just an estimator, it's multiple people in the company to get better. I think it's a good mix. We will have the booth. I'm looking forward to that in between break time where you get a chance to come out of the room and see what we got going on. We love to talk to you about our training, our consulting, our legal, everything we got happening. And then I also am looking forward to the awards for, roofing contractor of the year, one for commercial and then one for residential. That's always a lot of fun to see who got it. It's like kind of like the Emmy Awards or something. I love it.
Right. So always a good time. I don't know how many, I think it's my 10th that I've been to. So, definitely it's something I look forward to every year. Looking forward to that. And then you and I are both flying directly from Best of Success to Las Vegas for the Western States Roofing Contractor Association Expo, WRE. And we got a lot going on out there. I know I've got a couple of different topics that I'm speaking on. One is the materials issue, and the other is subcontractors. And then, John, you and I are both talking about the history of roofing. It's the first time we've done this at a live event. So looking forward to that. What else are you looking forward to, John?
Well, I can tell everybody listening that of course, I got a preview into the program because Trent and I are doing it, but the history of roofing, top notch. I love it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Everybody who knows me knows I love to play roofing trivia. Trent and I have a lot of great questions in there and a lot of fantastic stuff. So I'm really looking forward to that. So that's on Thursday, I believe. Wednesday, I'm doing empowering your field leaders, which was really geared toward empowering your foreman. So we took it a little bit more special. I added in there. We also talk about superintendents and all the way up to your project manager. So we've really encompassed a lot of information in that hour seminar. So looking forward to doing that. And then, the floor, the show floor as well. I mean, hopefully we see some new friends and a lot of old friends. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, we're gonna have a booth there, so we'll be right next to the Western States booth. Make sure you come and say hi. We'll have a lot of our people there, so looking forward to it. Should be a good time. Definitely a busy week. One of the things that you announced this week, John, which I thought our listeners need to hear about, is you've taken the estimating program to its logical conclusion, which is you have created a certification program for estimators. Why don't you tell everybody about that?
Yeah, so it's broken into two sections. We have one for the novice coming in. When I mean novice, you've only just started in that. That is a professional roofing estimator certificate. It's a little bit geared down, but it's a great way to give yourself some professional recognition. It's got its own standard set when you first get into the industry. And then we got one for the 5-year veteran and up. And that is a pure certification program, follows all the guidelines of certification. It's got the renewal process. It's got, the PDU continuing education type tied to it. That is being very well received so far. We've already had 3 people sign up for it, and we just launched it today, really. So, I mean, that's pretty interesting to see that. I know on the other end, started out with the different modulars in the estimating. We've got those out. We have the intermediate to, and then we have the advanced. We have the director of estimating coming out in 2 weeks. That's the last, so it's already done. It's launched. And then for anyone that knows, especially great for field foremen to get into this, We got a Spanish version launching the week after the show next week. So that is fantastic to get some skills out, in the native language, of which was a lot of foreman and field people that really learn well in their native language. So I do feel we have the full boat out there now. Professional certification, I recommend that everyone listening checks it out within your company or know someone who's an estimator, let them check it out. It really takes it up to the professional level in the roofing industry.
Yeah, and the couple things that I want to hit home is there's nothing else out there on the market like this. And it is, top tier production value, top tier, amount of information and expertise you need to have in order to get this certification. So it is, cutting edge for the industry. And it's something that I think has been missing for a very long time. So I encourage everybody to check it out, to check this out and to check our other modulars out, as well as a ton of great, everything from construction contracts to provisions to safety manual, employment, you name it. Go to shopcotney.com. That's where we keep everything. I'm constantly adding new material, as is John. So go back and check frequently, because you may have something that answers your problems for, a click of a button. And that's the idea is, sometimes you just want an answer quickly. You want to be able to get whatever document or tool that you need. And this allows you to do it. So it's, you can pay online. You don't have to call anybody. You don't have to do anything. It's just that easy, right, John?
Yep. Even our books are available on there now. And digital download right now is available is the low slope roofing repair guide that myself and James Montague, our quality control and trainer, put together. So that's available for electronic download right now, and it'll be out to print here shortly. But fantastic guide for teaching your repair people how to go service low slope roofs.
Yeah, and what I liked about the guide is that it puts things in common sense terms. So, sometimes you pick up these guides and they're so overly technical that it's difficult to train your foreman and your crew on that. This helped explain things, even I can understand, which was great. And so really encourage everybody to check that out. It is on Amazon, or it's getting on Amazon here soon. And it's also available online, shopcotney.com. John, we've talked about a lot. There's been a lot going on, that's for sure. But as always, I like to end our conversation with a question. So let me get our questions out here, and then we will see what we've got. So
favorite times of the show, the questions. I love it.
I know this is the one that you look forward to. So the question here, this one is from Ben, and Ben's question is, when you've got, let me see if I can summarize it. When you've got, let's say you've got an issue with a homeowner, at what point do you decide that you have to actually go the distance and go to court on it? When should you, fold your cards, and when should you fight? And I'm kind of summarizing here. He's got a lot of detail and some specifics that I don't necessarily want to mention. I'll call them offline, but from my perspective, at least from a legal perspective, the goal is to always not throw good money after bad. What you want to do is do your best to resolve the situation without having to go the legal route to sometimes you can't avoid it, right? You're going to have customers that want to fight you, that are making claims or whatever it might be, and you've got to go the legal route. And, don't be afraid to do that. But that being said, whatever you can do to stop the bleeding and move on, it's well worth it. So to answer Ben's question, I would say, I would look at doing whatever you can to mitigate the potential risk. If it requires paying some money out of pocket, don't forget to get a document signed for that. And here's a key thing that I want our listeners to understand. Let's say you're giving them $1,000 discount or whatever it is. You get them to sign that, but in doing so, you want to release. And in that release, you want to make sure they're releasing you from warranty obligations. So there is value in eliminating that ongoing liability. Honestly, that's worth $1,000 to me just to get rid of those warranties, right? So don't forget the legal part of that end, because that's the key thing. Don't just stroke a check for stroking a check, because they can come back at you. John, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, very similar, strictly from the operational side. I would always try to make a settlement, try to make it go away, because it's just better than wasting your time moving forward. But there are always people who will not allow anything to be settled or go away. So my instincts would always tell me, if I was in that position and I've done everything that I could do, I would want to sue first. That's just me. I don't want to be on the defense. I want to be on the offense if I know I got somebody that's going to come after me for blood. Again, that may not be what you'd recommend on the legal side, Trent, but from operationally, if I've done everything I could possibly do and have corrected anything that we may have done wrong, and there's still, I know they're going to come after me at some point, then I'll probably put an end to it and say, let's file a suit and make this thing go away.
Yep, a preemptive strike is always best to the extent that you can do it. Sometimes you just have to counter, but if you can get out ahead of it, then from both a appearance standpoint and from an impact standpoint, you stand to benefit from it. So yeah, again, don't be afraid if you've got to go that route. That's the key thing, is you've got to know when to say when, and if it looks like you're not going to be able to resolve it, move forward. So with that, John, I'm going to end it here, and then we will circle back next week after our busy week with another episode of Law Mortar. To get a hold of me, you can reach me at tcotney@cotneycl.com. John, how can they reach you?
Jay Kenny at cotneycl.com. Look forward to our next one next week. We should have a lot of updates for everybody.
Yeah, absolutely, especially after 2 shows right in a row. So definitely going to bring back some news, hopefully have some industry guidance. Also, one other thing I want to mention is September 22nd at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Tune in to NRCA's Roundtable Town Hall discussion. There will be 5 manufacturers present as well as myself, and we will be taking questions. So we anticipate thousands of people attending that. Make sure you tune in. Go to nrca.net for more information. So with that, I thank everybody, and we will see you next week.
Take care.